Hey guys, welcome to my gaming channel. That feels super weird to say because it's not something that like rolls off the tongue very easily, but welcome to my gaming channel. If you guys like me and just my personality, make sure you guys check out my other channel, which is not even closely related to gaming. It's more lifestyle and just vlogs and everything fun in general. Everything will be linked in the description, so make sure you guys check that out. You guys read the title. Today we're going to be playing The Sims 4, but we're going to try to make it a little bit interesting. If you guys don't like The Sims, don't worry. I will definitely be playing other games than The Sims on my channel. It's not simply dedicated to The Sims. I bought the game when it first came out and I used to be obsessed with The Sims and I didn't touch it for like 2 years, and so now I'm back at it, and so I decided that I wanted to build something today for my first video. This isn't the best house I've ever created, I will say that, and it does not even look remotely close to what I envisioned in the first place, but I thought it would be really fun to try anyway. With that further ado, let's get into this video. Let me explain how I attempted to build a hot girl summer house in The Sims. So as you guys can see on the screen right now, this is me trying to attempt to build a hot girl summer house. And what I mean by a hot girl summer house is, like, when you think of a hot girl summer, you think of Miami style, you think of like white, crisp, like Kylie Jenner's house where it's very open concept. Here's a couple of ideas that I was trying to go off of. For some reason I was thinking of like a lakefront or a beachfront property with a pool, with like an infinity pool, tanning and sunbathing. I started with a really long rectangle. I was trying to make it very modern. I was trying to go for something that was very simple and the structure was very set. And from there, I took off the back walls because a lot of the houses that I looked at, though, they didn't have any back walls, which is really interesting to me. And then what I did was I started with the kitchen because I feel like the kitchen is the most important part. The kitchen is like where I love to spend a lot of my time. And if a kitchen it can make or break a whole entire house. And so I tried to make everything in The Sims very white and clean and just very modern. As you guys can see, I'm doing the living room now, and for the living room, I just wanted it to make it like really comfy and cozy and somewhere where you can just spend a whole bunch of time. And now I'm doing the patio part. There's really nothing for the patio. I actually changed this patio like 6 times because I hated the way that I kept looking. So The Sims, it's so difficult to get something like just simply white. I was trying to make the whole entire structure like white. Ended up just like going for a white board because it looked more expensive, and it changes colors depending on what time of day. And then I went on to the bedrooms. So you will definitely see in this house, I made everything really symmetrical. I was halfway through my build and I was like, dang, I didn't even include a bedroom or a bathroom with this build. So I ended up having to attach something to the front where I added a bathroom. And I spent a lot of my time on the bathroom because, I don't know, for some reason the bathroom, since it's like right there in the front, I decided that I wanted it to be like really nice. And this is also a bathroom for the 2 people upstairs to use, so they have to walk down the stairs, and it's a whole big process. So I was like, you know what, let's make it nice and cute. I made it very symmetrical because for some reason I just didn't want to make the bathrooms look too different from one another. I ended up painting the walls royal blue. Don't ask me, I don't know. I saw a paint swatch of that royal blue accidentally, and I was like, oh my god, imagine if my house was royal blue and it was like white and it was that pop of color, and it would just look so good with the ocean or the lake in the back and the pool. I proceeded to put windows around the whole entire house. I didn't really have a placement for the windows, but I knew that I wanted a house to be very like sunlit and have a whole bunch of space where you can look out and look at things. Because a lot of the houses that I look at on Zillow, or just a lot of inspiration that I get, it's just there's a lot of windows. There's just a whole bunch of windows. When I used to build houses, when I was playing The Sims 4 when I was like younger, I used to just pack on the windows. I used to like make like window shield. The whole entire like wall was just covered in windows. And then for the second floor, I ended up doing this weird funky thing where I had the office in the back, but everything else was in the front. So the 2 treadmills and the bar, I actually changed that bar, to be honest, at the end of the thing. The 2 treadmills and the bar was going to be looking out at the pool. So if you wanted to do something, you could like work out and like look at the lake and just have a whole nice view, and you can talk to people. The same thing that I did with the bathrooms, I did the same thing with the bedrooms as well. I made them exactly the same. I made them very symmetrical because I like that look. I know some people don't. They like different things, but I made it very similar, and I just made it like the same. Off of the office, I made a balcony. I realized that I didn't have a lot of balconies in the Sims, and then I ended up thinking that my Sims were gonna fall off of the second floor because there was no balcony there, and so I ended up putting a balcony up there too, which I actually changed later on. And then I went to the kitchen and I added little accessories, and then I did the same thing throughout the house. This is where at the point where I actually found all my placements on the property itself. The only thing I really needed to do was just add more accessories and lights. For some reason at night, the lights just like look really nice, and it lights up the house and it reflects, and all the lights just make everything like bright and airy, and it just, oh my god, I love the look of it. I don't know. And I just added a whole bunch of accessories to the house to make it like nice and livable actually. And then I went on the outside, and I spent majority of my time trying to figure out what I was going to do on the outside, because for some reason the outside just, I don't know, it looked too plain and boring, so I was like, okay, we need to spruce this up a little bit. But I ended up putting 2 big trees in the back, but then it didn't work out because I wanted to put a bush there and it like clipped it, and I just hated the way it looked clipped, so I ended up putting them together in the front. The roofing was different because I wanted it to look different, but I wanted it to look the same as the houses around it, because I didn't want to be that house on the neighborhood that like stood out, which I actually ended up changing to like red in the end. And then I ended up adding a hot tub and changing the roof color, and that's basically the house. That's basically the process of how I did the house in a shortened version. Definitely, it's like a day later, and I finally finished the house to my liking. As you guys can see, it's very different, but I tried to make it somewhat similar to my neighbors. The only similarity that I did was I just took the roof and I made it the same shade and the same siding. So on the map, it didn't look very odd. Here is the front of the house. We have 2 balconies up there. I just wanted to add a lot of detail into this house, but I wanted it to be very green. I wanted it to be luscious. I wanted it to be rich. I wanted it to be very like ooh la la kind of vibes. I ended up taking 2 elephant sculptures, and I ended up just putting them right in the front. There was also llama sculptures, but I decided not to go overboard with it. Up there on the second floor, as you guys can see, there's 2 balconies, and it looks straight into the office. Decided I wanted this house to be very simple. And for it to be simple, I wanted it to be the same on each side. You will notice that if I have something on one side, I have it on the other side. You'll notice that on the back when I go into the bedrooms. Move on to the back of the house. As you guys can just tell right away, it's a little crowded. It's a very open-ended concept, and there's no walls in the back. I put 2 balconies off of the bedrooms so that if you wanted to get some shade cover, you definitely could. I have a pool, I have a bar, I have a hot tub. I added the hot tub a lot later, actually. Of course, you need the pool overlooking the lake because that's what all rich people do, obviously. I added fountains. I might take these away a little bit later because they kind of add a little clutter, but I thought it was cute. In the meantime, I added a grill back here and 2 stools so you can just chill while you're grilling. A trash can, obviously, that's needed. That's pretty much it for like the backyard. We're gonna start from the back because it's just easier to see that way. There's a kitchen. The kitchen has all the appliances that you might ever want. There's a fridge, there's an oven, there's a dishwasher, there's a sink. Next to the kitchen is a dining room. So this sits 8 people, and it's kind of weird because this house doesn't have 8 bedrooms. It only has 2. But if I ever want to have a party or someone wants to just chill and eat on my dining room table, they can. Here is a family room. I don't know what I'm talking about. Coming up to the second floor, you are greeted by this machine right here. I don't exactly know what machine this is, but it's an exercise machine. You have 2 treadmills because why not exercise and overlook by the pool and the water, and you have the breeze coming in on you. So each bedroom is literally the same. Both bedrooms are exactly the same, except the color scheme is a little bit different because I changed the clothes and the pictures are, I think, different. From where the treadmills are, there's 2 doors because I was debating whether to make this room into like 2 different rooms, but then I realized that this is only a 2-person bedroom house, and like there's really no point in doing that. So there's a gaming chair. It kind of looks like the one I have, except in white. There's a balcony on each side. I added this little sign up here because why not? You gotta have fun, right? And the seats are a little far apart, and you kind of look out over there and just enjoy the nature. Of course, if you were to use this balcony over here, you would look out in the neighbors. So if you're fine with the neighbors, you're chilling. So the bathrooms for some reason aren't showing up on the walkthrough. From this, you basically walk in, here's a carpet, you have the bathrooms, and the bathrooms are literally identical. You have like a little picture, you have a tub, you have a toilet, you have everything like that. It's a 2-bathroom, 2-bedroom. Here's a nice look at the office as well, without the walls and everything like that. Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot to it. That's my build. Make sure you guys like this video, subscribe. Who knows, maybe I'll redo this house a little bit. You guys have a fantastic day whenever you guys are watching this, and I'll see you guys in the next gaming video.